Welcome to the Yolanda Neely Show podcast, season 3, episode 1. I'm excited. This is my third season, and this is a great show to kick off. I got a couple special guests, but number one, he's a young golf phenom. That's what I've been calling him. Jeremiah Austin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful. And also on the show is Jeremiah's grandfather, and he's an international chef. Chef Austin, how are you?
Doing good. How are you today?
I am wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And it's actually a blessing to have you both on my show
Yes.
and to kick off my season 3 of my podcast. And I wanted somebody very special. So you know what, Jeremiah, you fit that bill.
I'm glad I got the honor to be the first person.
Okay, for season 3. But you know, I've been watching you, I've been looking at your videos. First, we're going to tell our audience who you are and what you do.
My name is Jeremiah Austin. I've been playing golf for 5 years. I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, and I've been traveling all around the world doing stuff everywhere, helping kids. Uh, everything you can pretty much imagine with golf, I'm basically doing tournaments, helping kids. So that's pretty much the basis of what I do and who I am.
Okay. And I'm going to introduce our international chef here, Chef Austin. Tell us a little bit about you as well, sir.
Well, I'm Chef Austin. I've been in the culinary business for about 35 years. I'm centrally located now here in Brunswick, Georgia, but I travel all around the United States, cooking, doing personal chef service, catering, you name it, I do it. And also now I took on the new task of being Jeremiah's manager.
Okay. So, hey, not like you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is awesome. So, Chef, when did you notice that Jeremiah had something special when it came to golf?
Well, the special part didn't come until about 11 when he was 11 years old, but we started when he was about 7. We had went to an event of mine and somebody gave him a couple of golf clubs, and we didn't look at it as him playing golf. We just noticed that he would always hit pine cones in the yard.
Okay.
And throughout that time, he played various sports like soccer and baseball and cross country and wrestling and things like that. But when he became 11 years old, he was hitting the pine cone so well. So I asked him if he wanted to try out golf. We took him to the first tee of the Golden Isles, and from that point, he's been hooked. And
Wow.
his initial tryout for the golf team with the first tee, they thought he had been playing golf for years already, and that was his first day.
It's just it was just so natural for him. So, Jeremiah, when did you feel that you really, really felt the bug for golf?
Well, I would say it was when I first, like the pine cone, when I was hitting the pine cones. I didn't know much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But as when we got into it with the first tee, I started learning more about it, and it didn't just teach me golf because first tee teaches everything like life skills, all types of skills. So it was mainly the life skills that I was learning from it,
Okay.
and what also made it fun is that I'm also not only learning a sport that I'm potentially going to be in when I get older, but it's also learning skills that I'm going to need in an everyday basis.
Right, right. Wow.
And that kind of like sparked everything when I started seeing people reaction towards how I was doing and playing and stuff.
Mhm.
That's what made me say I want to do this a lot more. See, most people when they think of golf, they say it's boring, but it's actually pretty fun sport. It's just you just got to understand the fun part of it.
Right. The formatics and the
The
fun.
practicing is the boring part. When you
Okay.
go to tournaments, that's when you hear, when you go to football games, you hear people yell, shout,
Right.
cheer. When you go to tournaments and you go play in tournaments, that's when you hear the people shout, scream, yell, cheer, and everything. But
Okay.
when you're on the course by yourself every day for 7 hours, it's pretty boring.
Okay, but it's still something you were drawn to. Now, when you look at golf, you really don't see a lot of people of color, other like Tiger Woods, and everybody knows Tiger Woods. So, my theory was, okay, maybe he saw Tiger, and that's what really kind of sparked the interest. But really, it wasn't that. Especially in the Brunswick area, in this Golden Isles area, there's not a lot of kids
No.
of color, especially people of color that play golf. I mean, they are, because there are golf courses here, but to actually have like, the training that you are now embarking on, did you feel like kind of out of sorts with it, or you just like, what, I like this, I'm gonna do it.
Well, at the beginning of everything, I never really understood that this was a predominantly white sport, and that was in the beginning.
Okay.
But as I slowly, progressively got through and through these stages, through these levels, and I started getting better and become a more advanced player,
Mm-hmm.
I started realizing that it's not many people who look like me here or
Right.
that does this. So that's when I didn't really catch on until I would say my third year of golf.
Okay.
Because the first 2 years it was just nothing but us just practicing. We didn't play tournaments until my third year.
Okay.
That's when I realized. And then once I started coming to more and more tournaments, I realized no, I'm not seeing any minority golfers, none of that.
Wow.
It's basically every tournament I go to, still until this day, I'm the only minority golfer there.
Wow. And how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like you have to compete harder, or be better, or you just like, what? I don't even pay attention to that. I'm just going to do what Jeremiah came here to do.
Well, I'm a very competitive person. I do not like to lose. So
Okay.
that didn't really play a part in that. I have always been competitive since I was little, whether it was wrestling, baseball, soccer, anything. I've always wanted to win.
Okay.
But what I would say that really, uh, you know, pushed me to, when I'm out there, is that I told myself, I said, it's not about who isn't in this sport. You're in it. You do this every day. Now, when it's time to play tournaments, it's a quote that Tiger used to say that I've really really gotten a liking to because it relates to what I do. He said, "Why would you ever come to a tournament not to win? If I'm at a tournament, I'm always here to win." And that's one thing he said, and that's one thing that I've always the way I've always thought about it. If you come to a tournament, who comes to a tournament just to lose?
Right. Right. Right.
I've always wanted to go. I've always went to a tournament and always wanted to win. Now, I may have went to tournaments and came in last place. Yeah, because during that time, I wasn't playing to the best of. I didn't have the skills. I wasn't playing well. I was just, learning, and I was still learning stuff, new
Mhm.
things. Now I'm at the point where I've learned the stuff that I've needed to get better, and now I've been winning tournaments, and it's become a lot easier now to win tournaments,
More fun.
and it's more fun and I'm pretty sure it's more fun with him too, because he has
Exactly.
to spend a lot of money.
Okay. And speaking of which, yes, what made you say, okay, I got a good thing going on here. I'm a great chef, and folks, he's a great chef. I'm just going to let you know. I've had some of your cooking, and it's been wonderful. Plus, you have your seasonings, you have your merchandise, you have a lot going on. What really made you that gave you the desire, chef, to say, I'm gonna put this, not put it aside, but I'm gonna make room to help my grandson out here.
Well, I got to tell you, I've been at this for a while. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I say that is because what I'm doing with Jeremiah now, I had the opportunity to do with his dad and my other sons while they were growing up.
Okay.
The only difference is none of them played golf.
Gotcha.
And golf is a whole different arena than trying to get your kids into college with football or basketball or baseball or track. It's because it's so individual. It's almost like in the arena of gymnastics and tennis and things like that.
Right.
But one of the most inspiring things for me was that I didn't want him to grow up and say that he possibly could have did something,
Right.
and
Yeah.
nobody took the chance because they didn't understand that it was a possibility for him to grow in a sport that normally wouldn't consist of having a minority on top. It's typical pretty much.
Yeah. For basketball and
Look at,
football.
say, they
Yeah.
stereotype us and say, like with him being tall, looking at him saying, he looked like he could be a good basketball player. But
Right. Absolutely.
there's more to him than he is a good basketball player too. But
Mm-hmm.
but then he's slim, so the average person may look at him and say, "Well, I don't think he'll be a good wrestler," but he was a dynamic wrestler.
Okay.
So now that he's playing golf, I'm so proud of myself that I heard what he was saying, even though he wasn't saying it. And
Right. Right.
I was there to stick with him long enough for him to develop
Mm-hmm.
into what he is today, which is we're still at the beginning stage, but
Absolutely.
he's handling things so well right now until every day is a new adventure. So I'm not putting my stuff aside. It's just God is working it out to where everything is fitting in right on time and in place.
Jeremiah, how do you maneuver with school and practicing? Because you, like you said, you practice a lot. You're on the course, 6, 7 hours a day. How do you maneuver both of them?
Well, with school, I just I go to school during the daytime,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end of school, whatever time I had after the end of school, I go to the golf course, do whatever I need there, go home, do homework, and basically that's basically how I get through my day and maneuver around everything. Everything, like you said, everything just basically falls in order. It's a non it just every day same process over and over, and after a couple of years of doing it, it gets pretty easy.
Right, right. I'm sure. I mean, because you have like that routine, and then of course, summertime you just devote.
Summer, all this summer, I did nothing but play golf. I started 8 o'clock in the morning, ended at 7 in the afternoon,
Wow,
every single day.
wow. That's wow. That's a lot.
Mhm.
That's a
That,
lot.
and that's not including the video, the YouTube, watching videos, watching TV, standing in the kitchen while waiting for his plate to get done, swinging the golf club. And then we just started something new, which he'll probably be able to talk a little bit more about. This is we're now getting into the golf fitness part of his training.
Okay. And what does that consist of, Jeremiah?
It it consists of lifting. Well, we don't do in golf. It's a little bit different because the way you have to lift it's sort of building up particular spots. It's not building everything. And now when about time you finish the program, it covers everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as a golfer, you can't be going and playing and then having big chests because you can't turn around yourself
Right,
as with I mean muscles that are huge for chest muscles.
right, right, right.
Then another thing is you can't have big arms. I mean your legs could be as big as you want them to be. That doesn't have no effect.
Mm.
Legs and anything else, core, everything. Those are the main things golf is surrounded by. Your core and your leg strength are the main two things, and that's why I confuse people a lot. I confuse them because they look at see how small I am. I look
Mhm.
very small, but I weigh around 135. But I hit the ball farther than most average kids my age.
Gotcha.
I'm normally when I play in tournaments, I'm usually 20 yards farther than most of my opponents.
Wow. Wow, because of
So
where your
in
body is.
how I create this speed, and it's all core and leg strength. It's not really. You don't have to have big arms. Tiger, he worked out a lot, so he became bigger. But
Mhm.
as you still see now, he's not big, but
Oh,
his shoulder mass is wide. He's not big, but he's strong,
right,
and
right.
that all came from core and legs. As we all seen when Tiger was younger, he could hit the ball however far he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
and that's exactly what he did, and that was only because he had good core strength and good leg strength.
And most of the exercises that he's doing is really all golf related. Even the execution of the exercises
Mhm.
is golf related. All the exercises play a role in my swing. So what we do is my instructor that works with my swing, he knows he knows what I need to work on as far as swing.
Mhm.
Now that would work into my training, my workouts, because those workouts get certain body parts moving. And then when you think about it, now that I've been doing these movements with weights, should be light. A club should be a lot lighter, and
Mhm.
I could basically do these same movements, and I can play really good. And
Wow.
I think that's what has led to me start playing good, better actually recently, is
Mhm.
the fact that I've been working on these movements, and I'm not going to say perfected, but I've gotten these movements down to where I can start winning tournaments now.
That is awesome. I mean, you have a strategy. It's strategic of what you are doing. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I was just watching a video on Bishop T.D. Jakes, and scripture comes into everything. The word comes into anything that we are doing. And that's what he was talking about as far as success. There's a strategy to it. And it seems like you're doing the same. And I mean, I don't know, unbeknownst to you or whatever you're doing, but your body, your type, your swing, it's strategy that you're doing to get you to play even better and better, and that's what it was with Tiger. And we saw, and that's why Tiger is like the best golfer ever. you know, where do you see this taking you? What's your goal? What's your end goal with this, Jeremiah?
I would really like to. At the end of it, I would say the end goal is being a professional or doing something in a professional field in golf, like professional golf instructor or a head professional at a golf course or something that is very high leveled.
Mm-hmm.
I like
High leveled. I got you.
opportunity.
I like the way you said that,
I
man.
Yeah,
Say
know.
that again.
very high leveled.
Very advanced, very high level, not
Yeah,
just
I like to do something that's going to bring a challenge.
Oh wow, I got you. And Chef, what is your end goal? What do you want to see from Jeremiah as far as
Well,
and not like you live in your life vicariously through him, because again, you are a chef too.
yeah, right.
you
Well,
know.
I just wanna see him. I just want to see him do good. I know as time go on, I'm not really going to be in the picture as much. You know what I mean?
Got you.
But I do feel that I am really going to reap some benefits from it. You know,
Right,
and
right.
that's what I want. I want to be able to get me some popcorn and all of that stuff and ride on the golf cart and just wherever he is and watch him play, and maybe he'll give me a shout out, and
hmm
maybe a sub sandwich every now and then, and but the main thing is that wherever it takes him, I just want him to be able to, have a decent life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If he becomes a professional golfer, which I really feel he is
hmm
or can, that's fine. But in preparation for that, we got college and everything lined up. Yeah.
Right. And also you have something coming up very special on September the 10th. You want to
Yeah.
tell us more about that as well?
So we came up with, and well, the idea started in Atlanta when we went up to a tournament that was really really big for us in Atlanta.
hmm
It was a very high level amateur tournament.
Okay.
But during the time of visiting up there, we went to not many tournaments, but we went to another benefiting tournament, but for someone else.
Okay.
And so we kind of got the idea from that to do it. We've always talked about it, and we once we saw it, we talked more about it, and then after we got back, some owners from the Sapelo Hammock Golf Club, where the tournament is being hosted, reached out to us and said, "Hey, we should just host a tournament or do something that's going to help benefit Jeremiah's future, as far as giving him money for travels and stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
And so that's basically what basically started the ground level of this tournament. Is they wanted to be able to help me grow as much as I can in these next couple of years, to so I can reach the goals that I have.
Right.
And
That,
so the tournament is a 4-man scramble tournament. It's our goal right now is 25 teams, which
mhm.
is 100 players. If we can exceed that, we would love to.
Okay.
And then the other thing is we're trying to get as many sponsors as we can, so it could be like we're helping them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're helping us. As far as being a sponsor, we can help get their business out there.
Right. Right.
And they can help me by, coming to the tournament and getting me out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically it's a help relationship.
A win-win. Yes.
Yeah, win-win for everybody, because at the end of the day, they're gonna benefit from it, and then I'm gonna benefit from it. So
Yeah, it's a win-win.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, do you have all the information set up on your Facebook, your Instagram, how folks who are interested in maybe becoming sponsors or, even have teams that want to get in contact with you?
Yeah.
we
And I mean, it's going to be very exciting. We're trying to implement a few other things because we wanted to be family oriented as well,
Gotcha.
more so than just having the golfers
Mhm.
out there and the wives and children home, or the husband and children home. We have some events that everybody who come can actually participate in.
Mhm.
Got some spectacular prizes. Like one company is sponsoring a $5,000 putting competition.
Okay.
They have a hole in one competition, which is for a trip for two to Pebble Beach, California.
they have
And
a hole-in-one challenge for tickets to the NBA
tickets to
finals.
the NBA finals. And then there are two real good things that's going to happen on one of the par five holes that they have out there.
Mhm.
Jeremiah is going to be the guest golfer out there, and if there's somebody who have a problem getting their ball hit as far as they wanted to go down the golf course,
Mhm.
Jeremiah is going to be able to hit their ball for them,
Oh, okay.
which is going to be a benefit to their team because
Okay.
he's already hitting the ball like 300 and something yards already. So any team is going to be excited about having the opportunity to have him hit the ball all the way down there, and all they got to do is just tap it in.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we got that. We got that going on, and so we're looking for vendors to come out there to be placed on each one of the holes. So that as the golfers are coming around, uh, if this vendor here got little snacks and hors d'oeuvres that they want to
Mhm.
pass out or serve or whatever, they can do it this way. And I'm having a food truck out there, so we're gonna be
Yes.
all kinds of stuff. The golfers, we having breakfast and lunch for them, and
Mhm.
and, and like I said, we're just trying to get everybody to come out, and I want the younger kids to come out because it's so important that people understand this one thing. For Jeremiah to actually be 16 years old, and he's this tournament. I'm gonna start somewhere. This tournament has escalated into more than what it was initially supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's because everybody who started getting involved in it kept taking it to a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you that look at the site, the tournament site, you're going to see the whole format is different than any of your normal golf tournaments that you have. And so by saying that, we're taking this to a level to where it's unusual for a 16-year-old kid to be trying to raise this type of funds to support himself.
Right, exactly.
One thing when people giving you something, and that's fine, that's all well and good. But it sure makes it seem a lot better when you got somebody that you're helping and they're still trying to help themselves.
Absolutely.
And so for him to be 16, to be an African American, and be playing golf and doing good, he got a lot of good things going for him.
And I would say one of the things that makes this process is a little bit easier is the fact that me and my grandfather are both business-oriented people.
Okay. Oh, wow. Exactly. Well,
so when it
you
comes
taught him well, sir.
business ideas or something, we pitch off of each other business people. And so that's how this tournament basically escalated. It was pitching ideas to him. He's saying, okay, let's do this. Well, and then, we work it out, discuss it, try to get it done. And then, we say, hey, let's bounce this off of someone else who's really good with
more experience
with this area or this field. And so we was like, okay, we bounced it off of another person. They bounced it back off of another person, and it just bounced back between people. And that's when ideas just started flowing in. For example, the original idea was to just do a tournament that benefits me, right?
Right.
And then I was like, how about we do this? How about we start up a foundation which helps like other junior golfers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that we could do a tournament for me, which is fine, but I would rather start a foundation, do some type of foundation, and to be able to not just help other junior golfers financially with getting it with stuff that's for golf.
Mm-hmm.
And help people to make it golf more affordable, because as it is for us, it's still really expensive. Tournaments are costing us about $500 a tournament.
Wow.
So I was like, basically that's what I pitched that off. He pitched the idea to me. I pitched an idea back to him with the same idea he gave. We both pitched it off of another person. Other person gave us feedback. We added his in, asked another person, added theirs in, asked another person, added theirs in. And it's basically become like a committee of people
right.
that we've been working with to try to get this tournament to where it is now. The sponsors that we have been, because we've gotten the sponsors that we got now because we've been bouncing ideas off of other people.
Right.
Them reaching out to companies and saying, look, we got this, and this. And then them reaching out to the companies over multiple times, telling them about the new thing, the new idea that we've came up with. And actually, I'm pretty sure right now we have a company that is sponsoring the tournament that is a big golf company that does golf balls, golf apparel.
Okay.
And all different types of stuff right now. But this company is really done some good things in these past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a newer company, but they've done some. They've made some good stuff that golfers can use when it comes to golf.
They're going to be at the They're going to be present at the tournament.
Okay.
Like a lot of the prizes that's going to be won is going to be for a golfer. They're going to probably be in heaven because
Right.
there's some, some wonderful things. And then if you don't mind me, Yolanda, saying one more thing, in
Sure.
addition to the tournament that we're having, one of the other reasons why they kind of came up with having the tournament, and where it's all related to costs and travel and stuff, is that a lot of people may not know this, but 2 weeks ago, Jeremiah played in the Under Armour World Championship down in Orlando.
Okay.
Then on the 20th through the 26th of September, Jeremiah was selected to represent the Golden Isles at the Pure Insurance Golf Championship in Pebble Beach, California.
Wow.
And yes, it will be televised, and he will be playing with pro golfers. We won't know what pro golfer he'll be playing with until the 20th. They're doing a big ceremony, and they're going to reveal who Jeremiah matchup pro golfer is going to be. And that funds there is going to be, the prize is like two point something $million that'll be raised for other charities and foundations and stuff like that. So we're trying to get there. And then in November, he made the tour championship for GSGA, which is Georgia State Golf Association Junior Golf. The tour championship is a big thing too. Both of those are really huge events. And Jeremiah mentioned a dollar amount a little while ago about a regular tournament. So you could imagine,
Yes.
with traveling from here to Pebble Beach, California, staying 6 or 7 days over there, plus food and everything. And it would help us out if we can get as much support as we can, between donations and team registration and sponsorships.
Well, we definitely want everybody to participate in this tournament on September the 10th. And again, where can they find out more about it?
We have, if you would like information on the tournament, what do you think the best way for them to?
Either Facebook or your number.
Yeah, you can go to Facebook under Richard Austin.
Okay.
And also under Chef Richard Austin, 2 different Facebook pages. And the information will be on there. You'll see the flyers or either the charity event posts, which both have either a link or the QR code.
Okay.
And if you scan any of those, they tell you all of the information about the tournament. In addition, my email address is international_cook@yahoo.com. And you can always get in contact with me at that email address, international_cook@yahoo.com. And also, the contact number would be 912-297-8342.
Awesome. Well, Jeremiah, I wish you the best. Please keep in touch with me. I would definitely, because I got a radio show in the morning. This was kind of plugged that a little bit, Magic 105.9 in the mornings. And we definitely want to keep our listeners up to date, since you've been on my show in the morning show, the Yo Show. So we want to, the Yo Show. So we want to keep everybody, up to date what's happening with you, because you're going to be representing the Golden Isles, and we're very proud of you, what you've been doing as far as your golfing is concerned. And you're very articulate. You know what you want, and we're behind you 100%. So we're wishing you the best.
Thank you.
The best. So stay in touch with Yolanda so I can keep everybody up to date. All right.
I will.
All right. Young golfer phenom Jeremiah Austin, along with his grandfather, Chef Austin. We appreciate you stopping by the Yolanda Neely Show podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Yolanda. Appreciate you and love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.